A California woman wanted to sell a tiny piece of moon rock dust that she's owned for nearly 40 years.
And it could actually be worth, get this, more than $1 million. She tried to make that deal in May, and then she was confronted by government agents. National correspondent Ben Tracy has more on the story that is really now just coming to light.
We just walked over.
74-year-old California grandmother Joann Davis thought she was going to her local Denny's for a simple business transaction, but then it got ugly.
And I get in, someone is grabbing me from the back. Now they're pulling me out of the booth, and they have a hold of me pretty darn good. And the force was like unnecessary in my part because I'm like 110, I'm 4'11".
She expected to sell a tiny speck of moon rock encased in a paperweight she claims was given to her space engineer husband 40 years ago. But after she contacted NASA to see if they could help her find a buyer, federal agents set up a sting at this Denny's. They suspected she was dealing in stolen government property.
It's not stolen. I know it, and they know it too. But how else are they going to credit themselves with how they took it? I mean, how do they justify it?
NASA declined to comment on an ongoing investigation. Yet 5 months after being detained and questioned for 2 hours, Davis still hasn't been charged with anything.
There's no such law that moon rocks belong to the federal government. There are laws about stealing from the federal government, and I understand that. And if anybody could show that these moon rocks were stolen from the federal government, that's a horse of a different color. But they haven't shown that.
Davis claims the agents bruised her arm and tailbone during the incident, but the emotional wounds are far worse.
I mean, I felt humiliated. I felt, this may not be proper to say, but I'll tell you, I felt raped. I really did.
At this point, Davis simply wants NASA to return what she feels is her property. But she does have an attorney, and they're considering legal action of their own. Ben Tracy, CBS News, Los Angeles.